I gotta make this quick. Battery's almost dead. Quick tour of the bus. This is what we've been riding in all the way down. We took the bunk beds out, cut the top in half, put that in the bed going sideways now. And then we've got this little couch here. When I get back, before I take the solo trip, this bus seat's out of here. I've got to find someone to cut it out. I want to extend the couch coming this way, and then I'm going to put a swivel seat here. We've got the Iceco fridge, which I just left open. Anyway, that has served us well. Porta potty does the job. Can go. I've got solar panels. I can go a week without filling up water or power. The idea on the trip is boondock as often as possible, but I'd love to find places that'll let me plug in overnight. Just makes it easier. Refill water occasionally, you know, basics. Anyway, I may get rid of the bed. I don't know that I need it. I can sleep on the couch, and then that would open up the aisleway all the way to the back. All that stuff underneath the bed right now, that'll be gone once Bev's hiking adventure is over, but serviceable. For me and Maggie on a solo trip, right now this is enough room. If I were to get rid of this bed, then I'd have a lot of aisle room, and I can sleep on this couch. So that's it. Battery's gonna go dead. All right. I don't know if you can see it. It's a glider up there. We're right next to the glider airport in Tehachapi. Anyway, it must be a perfect day for gliders because it's the fifth one I've seen take off in the last hour or so. Anyway, more about this solo trip I'm going to take probably in August, God help me. It's going to be hot, but I want to get to Iowa before winter gets going, and then I can dip south and hopefully miss any winter weather. But I've got a couple rules that I'm going to stick with on the trip. Number one, I'm going to avoid major cities like the plague. I just have no desire to see a major city, and it's just too much traffic, too many people. Besides, I've got this fascination. I've always had a fascination with car trips on back roads, and I want to take as many backcountry roads as possible and see as many small towns as possible. So that's one guiding light. And I just want to meet as many people as possible. So, meeting America, one handshake at a time. And there will be no hot button topics, no talks about politics or abortion or same-gender marriages or none of that. I want to meet people, and I want to get to know people without having to discuss crap that people, for some reason, dominate conversations. I don't want to do it, so I'm not going to do it. I want to get to know people. I want to hear their stories. You know, it's part of this was I had a fascination with John Steinbeck. Steinbeck did this. I don't know what the year was. I could guess, but there's no point in it. But if I'm not mistaken, Steinbeck was one of the first people that he got an old pickup truck, and he had some local mechanic retrofit it into like one of the first truck campers ever. And he and his dog travels with Charlie. He and his dog Charlie jumped in this truck camper. It's got to be in the 30s, right? Yeah, so that story about Steinbeck, ignore an old man when he's trying to remember stories. The true year was 1962, and he was driving a brand new GMC pickup, so, you know, other than that, the story was okay. But, yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, and they traveled around America, and that's what they did. They met people, heard their stories, and the book Travels with Charlie came from that. So that's one of my inspirations. The other is just I love car trips, and I just can hardly wait. It's just a biggie for me. Here we have the famous California poppies. Nice to see them make an appearance in California. Appropriate. Dogs are doing their best to drive me crazy. These are terriers, and these terriers, just gophers and ground squirrels, I swear to God, drive these dogs crazy. So that's what I'm fighting. Alright, I'm going to show you the bus in a second, what we've done to it, and what I think I will do to it before I take off on the solo journey. Okay, more later. So I was just out with the dogs walking, and one of the locals stopped in his pickup and said, you know, you look like you're getting a lot of exercise. Here, let me show you my ugly face. Hold on a sec. He said, you look like you're getting a lot of exercise. I said, I made a remark about the wind, you know, because it never stops. And he says, yeah, it blows pretty constant. He said, yeah, it's just so typical of locals. It's like, you know, okay, whatever. The wind's blowing. Yeah, we recognize that fact. He raises ostriches. And he said a couple months ago, the wind blew through here 90 miles an hour, and the temperature was 20 degrees at the time. I can't do the wind chill. Some of you computer jockeys will hop right on and tell me what the wind chill factor was on that. 90-degree winds at 20 degrees Fahrenheit. He said he had a male ostrich that froze to death because the wind dropped so quick. It was one of those, like, clippers that flies through here so fast, or goes through an area, you know, the temperature drops. So anyway, the bird froze solid. Let that sink in for a second. The bird froze solid. And yeah, please don't talk to me about irresponsible farmer. That stuff happens. You know, it can happen so fast. You're raising animals. There are certain things you can do to make an animal comfortable on a regular basis, but you can't protect against 90-mile-an-hour winds and 20 degrees. You can't do it. There's another place in Campo, the KOA and Boulevard KOA there. The guy was raising llamas, and he just hadn't planned on all the rain, and they got diseases from the rain, the wet hooves and whatever. They tried to explain it to me, but you can't protect against stuff like that. If you're going to raise animals, or if you're a farmer, there are things that just happen. Anyway, talked to one of the locals. Pretty interesting. I love that stuff. I love to talk to locals and find out their stories. All right, bye. So, from the bowels of Puddle Walker, I'm going to stop this video now. Hope you enjoy the series. There'll be a lot of talking to locals once I get out on the road. And next video is about problems that can go wrong when you're living out of a bus full time. So stay tuned for that. Over and out from Tehachapi, California. Maybe I'll call it Travels with Maggie, in honor of Steinbeck, who I couldn't remember anything about. If you got a different name, send it to me. Bye.